Hi, I'm Don Stitt. I was at a fast food restaurant yesterday and I asked the fellow behind the counter for some utensils. He gave me a spork. A spork, of course, is a plastic utensil intended to be usable as a spoon or a fork, which is really suitable as neither. The spork struck me as the perfect metaphor for our bloated, well-intended, but largely ineffectual society. We want this nation to be all things to all people, and because of this, it fails to be much of anything to anyone anymore. Our eagerness to help the homeless has resulted in huge communities of them nationwide. Our insistence on paying a living wage and health benefits to our workforce has made our economy unable to compete with other nations that don't have such high-minded ideals. Try mentioning a minimum wage in China and you'll probably be hauled off for re-education. For a nation built on capitalism, we have a socialist heart, but our good intentions often result in wasteful spending and ineptitude at the government level. We aren't truly a liberal nation, but neither have we been very conservative lately. These days we seem to exemplify the worst characteristics of both categories. We're one big spork. We're a law and order society paid for by the robber barons of corporate America. We've got a war on terror that will confiscate an old lady's knitting needles at Newark, but which has failed to find a 7-foot Saudi in white with bloodwork issues. And we've invaded a sovereign nation and tortured people in the name of freedom, justice, and democracy. We want safer cities and streets, but not if it means we have to limit our access to recreational weaponry. And in New Orleans, of course, we were sort of like the little Dutch boy with his finger in the dike, except no one listened to our cries for help until after the dam burst. And now, of course, the Christian Coalition is telling us that only a sinner would put his finger in a dike in the first place. Today, we have a willful Republican president squaring off with an angry Democratic Congress, guaranteeing that nothing will be achieved for the next 2 years. They represent all of us here in the United Sporks of America, don't they? The thick skull of an elephant grafted onto the stubborn carcass of a jackass. This has been No Kidding. I'm Don Stitt.